Good evening. It's 9 p.m. here in Seoul. Thank you for joining us on Arirang뉴스. For the first time in more than 4 years, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un sat down for talks with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin. Kim vowed to help Russia in what he called a fight against imperialism, and Putin signaled Russia's willingness to help North Korea launch its rockets and satellites. The meeting that has been closely watched by observers in South Korea and the West took place at a spaceport in the Russian Far East. Our foreign affairs correspondent, Bae Eun-ji, leads us off.
As Kim arrived at a remote space launch site in Russia's Far East, the leaders of the two isolated states exchanged smiles and shook hands. Putin, who's usually late to meetings with other foreign leaders, arrived at the Vostochny Cosmodrome early and waited for Kim for about 30 minutes. Since their meeting in 2019, the war in Ukraine has turned the tables, as it is Putin who's reaching out to Kim for help, with Russia completely isolated on the global stage, in need of help for more weapons. In his opening remarks, Putin thanked Kim for accepting Russia's invitation, saying they have a lot to discuss.
Of course, we need to discuss the issues of economic cooperation and humanitarian issues, as well as the situation in the region.
Sitting next to Putin, Kim said Russia is fighting a sacred war and stressed that his regime would fight together in the battle against imperialism.
We have constantly expressed our full and unconditional support for all the decisions taken by the President and the Russian leadership, and I want to assure you that we will always be together with Russia in the fight against imperialism.
The two leaders held talks for several hours with their ministers before holding a separate one-on-one meeting. This was followed by a lavish lunch where Kim said they held an elaborate discussion about the military and political situation on the Korean Peninsula and in Europe. On the situation in Ukraine, he assured Putin that Russia will win against evil.
The Russian army and people will certainly secure a great victory in the sacred struggle for the punishment of a great evil that claims hegemony and feeds an expansionist illusion.
The North Korean leader also expressed hopes that Wednesday's visit will play an important role in transforming their traditionally friendly relations into a, quote, unbreakable strategic partnership. Meanwhile, Russia has also signaled its willingness to assist Pyongyang. When asked by a reporter whether Russia would help North Korea launch its own satellites and rockets, Putin responded by saying, "That's exactly why we're here." He added that Kim showed great interest in rocket engineering. Before sitting down for talks, Putin showed Kim around the building, where Russia's new space booster, the Angara, is assembled. The fact that the two leaders chose the specific spaceport for the meeting suggests that North Korea and Russia will enhance security cooperation, as it is a symbol of Russia's ambitions as a space power. From Pyongyang, Kim took a long train journey aboard his private armored train to get there. Putin may offer satellite launch technology to Kim in exchange for North Korean weapons and ammunitions. This has been sparking concerns regarding Russia's resupplying of weapons for the war in Ukraine and the development of North Korea's missile capabilities. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.